can give you personalized thing. It's better than any teacher. You don't have to pay him. You don't have to do this. It's got the world's information at its fucking, in an instant. But it's just...
Let's go, babies. Episode 154.
We did it, boys. We are going strong.
Just like this whiskey.
It's weird because I looked at the Spreaker page. It said that we created the podcast 4 years ago. It says created 4 years ago.
Did you sit on the idea for a little bit and not do anything?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
We must have.
Yeah.
Or have we been recording for 4 years?
It's probably been 4 years. You know, YouTube does it. It like rounds up. It's probably not exactly 4 years.
But it just rounds it
It's
up.
probably it's like 3.5 probably.
I want to know exact hour, motherfucker.
I mean, I can. I'll just go back to when we actually released the very first episode, the date on Spotify, and then we actually recorded one prior that we fucked up, which is a good episode too, the very first one.
So the first one on Spotify is actually episode 2.
Yes.
So if you saw the live stream on Instagram, you got exclusives.
Oh, true.
We did a live stream for it.
Yeah. Did we?
Yeah, for the first episode, we went live.
Yeah, damn. Well, a congratulations is in order.
We need that applause
To
soundbar.
the Thunder God.
Salud.
So, if you guys don't know, which you guys wouldn't, Thunder God, please tell the people what happened, my friend.
I finally got circumcised.
Hey! Mazel tov.
Oh, shit. I proposed to my beautiful now fiance, Tori.
Isn't here today.
Isn't here today. She,
Part-timer.
part-timer now.
She's on part-time.
She was just so loved up from the weekend, she just couldn't bear to be around me anymore. It's literally an aphrodisiac. We had sex twice that weekend, and I was like, I'm proposing again tomorrow. You know what I mean? I was like, holy shit.
She's got 4 rings.
Yeah, she's got 10 rings. She's like, what's the thing like Ching Li? What is it? What's the actor? The Avengers guy, the Asian guy, Chung Li, Chung Li, whatever. Anyway, but we went to Southern Highlands, which is kind of down south, 2-hour drive roughly, near Kiama. It's called Bundanoon, right?
Yep.
And it's in like a cottage stay. Got there Friday afternoon and then just had some takeout. Had to drive for 20 minutes one way to get Subway because it was Good Friday and we're in Bundanoon.
That's right.
So there's only, it's that little town where that little quaint town, there's only like a pizza joint, you know, a pie shop and like not much, you know. So drove, got dinner and then, you know, I brung the vinyl player, so we're playing vinyls, just having a nice dinner together, just reading a little bit, just chilling out, right? And then the Saturday, we went to Fitzroy Falls, which is like an 80-meter high waterfall, and it's like a mad hiking track around it, probably like an hour and a half. And there's 5 different lookouts on this waterfall. So I had 5 shots at this, right? I had 5 shots. And I had bought the ring well in advance, like or maybe a month and a bit, maybe 2 max, but I was shopping for it for a while.
Yeah.
So I had to store it at my place. And then when we packed the bags, I had to make sure that I was in my duffel in the bottom bit. And then at one point of the trip, she went through my bag for something, whatever it was. And I remember she was muddled around. I was like, oh, did I put that back there? And she's like, oh no, I did. And I was like,
my God.
Please don't tell me she's seen it, right? I'm freaking, right?
Yeah.
And anyway, so I put it in this secret compartment when she's in the bathroom. I'm like, I find this secret compartment in the bag because I bought this new bag for Europe. It's a backpack, but it's one of those backpacks. It's a hiking backpack. So it's got many different pockets. And I put it in the secret one at the bottom and I put the ring there in the box. And I'm like, yeah, mad. So on the hike the next day, I made her wear the backpack and then I put our waters in there, a few yogurts, whatever we had. And so then now it's on her back when we go for the hike. I'm the one going in and going, oh, do you want a water? And I'll get
okay. I like that thinking, yeah.
So that at every lookout, the first one I was actually parched because I was nervous and I couldn't feel my fucking dick or anything. I was like, oh my God. Like I know what the answer is going to be, but what is it about that moment where it's maybe because it's so like, it's so talked about and it's so like, oh, when you propose, it's this magical thing. And then I'm like, okay, this has got to be it, right? So I went through a drink of water. I'm like, oh, you know what? There's a family there. I know what Tori's like. She wants organic. I want organic. I want her to react how she wants to react without fear of looking weird to someone. You see Dylan, like DZ's like going for a walk. Oh, hey, Tori. She can't really get in, no matter who it is. So I'm like, I can't do it now, right? So yeah, we take photos, whatever, yada yada. Then there's no one there. We walk to the next one. Same deal. There's an Indian family.
Oh no!
Even worse, right? Even worse. I can smell them from a mile away.
Gully.
No, I'm joking. But there was another family there taking photos, and it's those annoying people with the big Canon photos that the Canon cameras that have like the big phones. And I was like, this cunt's going to be here for a while. You know the guy that's with the professional camera. So the second lookout, not a go. Went to the third one, and I was like, man, I'm sweating. My palms are sweaty. My knees are weak. Mum's spaghetti. And I'm just like, finally, the last couple leaves, and I look, no one is within sight. I'm like
this
that.
Is it.
I'm that quarterback. I don't know NFL, but I'm that quarterback where I'm like seeing the play. I'm seeing the runners, and the runners going each way are the other people that can't be here. So they're going away, and I'm like, 42, 43 in my head. And I'm just like, boom. I go, you want a water? I'm like, you want a water? She goes, yeah. And she turns around. I'm like, zzz, and time is going. I'm doing this because time is going so slow. I'm like shaking a bit. And I get the bottle. I go to get the bottle. And last minute, I go, zzz, undo the bottom one. Boom. I pop a knee. And I don't pop a knee for 1 second and she doesn't seize. I don't pop a knee for 2 seconds. I was 4 seconds. I was on my knee. She didn't turn around. She was looking at the lookout. And meanwhile, and she turns around finally, and I'm like, and I don't even know what I said. I feel like I would have had some Shakespearean love poem that I would have like, my heart doth reaches the lands that no heart reaches. But I was just like, what's up, Australia? It's Egyptian Thunder God here from FireCast. Do you like training? What about staying hydrated? What about letting the world know? Because we all know that everyone loves to film themselves. If you don't film it at the gym, it doesn't count. This is the easiest way to take your videos at the gym. It's got this magnetic ring, the back of your phone. Set it up like so and record whatever you want. You don't have to be some obnoxious dude or girl bringing some tripod thing to the gym. No one wants to see that. This is so subtle, yet so effective. 10% of every purchase also goes to the Sydney Children's Hospital, so that's a plus. This thing stays hot or cold for hours, and it just doesn't get better than this. You know what I mean? You can pick up yours whenever you want. Hydro Grip. Let's go. We met the happiest man on earth. Will you marry me? I'm like, please marry me. I was like, please say yes. I was like, please say yes. So I said,
did she
please
freak or what?
Yeah, she was like so shocked because she thought I was going to do it at the crib the night before when I was playing the vinyl, being a cute motherfucker. Because it was a nice setting, you know, dim lighting, you know, had a mad record going. And that was kind of more us, like doing a more chill dinner at home. It is more us than a hike.
Yeah.
A hike, we don't really bond much on a hike. We love a hike. Everyone loves a hike. You like every now and then, you won't. A waterfall, you go for a bit of a walk, whatever. We're not doing hikes every weekend, but, you know, I think she thought because that wasn't usually what we'd do. And she also was holding the ring for a whole hour almost, or 45 minutes without her even knowing. So I think she thought, oh, well, he doesn't have it on him. It won't be in the back. Like, you know what I mean?
So she was expecting it on that weekend?
Mate, an inkling of it. But even then, we've had conversations. I did the old Iggy and I put doubt in her mind and I went, oh, but Europe soon, and you know we got all this stuff we want to do, and that's me sprinkling doubt. By the way,
well, Rose gave you props actually because she thought because you guys were going to Europe.
Yeah, I thought Europe.
That was my whole plan.
Yeah, good.
And because Tori's clever, she's like Europe. She's gonna be expecting it, so he's doing it just before they leave. It's like she wouldn't expect it as much. I feel like so.
And now we're in our little. I said it's like our little honeymoon. She goes, we only got married. I'm like, fine, an engaged moon. So now we're in our little love bubble, and it really is a love bubble. I know people go, oh, love bubble, but it is because every now and then you'll find Tori like it was so funny. You know, girls are always posting shit. I will go at the back later. She's trying to find the best lighting.
Angle,
and I'm like, it's so funny. And I stood there for about like 8-10 seconds, and she's like. Just looking at it going like, food shaft. And it's such a good surreal feeling. You are in your own little love bubble because like, we'll be like, oh, you're my fiance now. Like, I know it's just a label. At the end of the day, your relationship's your relationship. Some people do shit like get engaged, married, or have a kid to fix shit. But if it's like the right thing to do, it's not going to change anything. But it is an exciting part of our lives that like we're doing it for the right reasons. And it's like I'm actually excited, even though she'll be the one planning the wedding, to be honest. Yeah. But I will be excited to say yes or no. Even if I say no, she'll probably still do whatever she wants.
Yeah.
But like, I can't wait to get married, man. But it's the thing is, where we don't know. I was talking off air to Iggy. Money, man. Like the people spend house deposits on wedding, bro. And
bro.
it does put a damper on, like, we're excited next minute. And I'll go, okay, so let's do a list. And we do a list. I got a big family, man.
$245,000.
My small wedding, we did cuts that family are going to start talking after the wedding, but it is what it is. I don't see. It's that weird thing where if you don't see Auntie Therese if you see her once a year and you only see her because you go to your auntie's house to eat and you barely talk to her, do you invite her and pay $200 a head? Anyway, ethnic family. My dad goes.
Let me tell you.
My dad will throw me money to go invite him.
Let me tell you something right now, bro. You two are gonna say this now, and I can guarantee you, Auntie Therese is gonna be at your wedding. I promise you right now.
She'll be eating the cake next to the toilet.
Trust me, bro. Trust me.
Parking lot.
Trust me. It is. It's a very difficult, dicey path, which kind of sucks because it's not supposed to be difficult. It's meant to be fun, which it is fun. Don't get me wrong. But bro, me and Chloe, man, some of the days we're just sitting here both like looking at each other going, bro, like,
do we need to invite this person?
What the fuck? We're like, what are we doing, bro? Like, but you have to put that aside because you know that on the day, regardless, right, at the end of the day, fuck Auntie Teresa, fuck this person, fuck that person. I know at the end of the day, it's going to be the close crew and my immediate family there. And it's going to be an amazing time. Even if, you know, Auntie Teresa or whatever does come and she just literally comes, gets a photo, eats the food and then goes home.
I tell you what's annoying, she'll still complain though.
Oh yeah.
You'll try to make people happy and they'll still find a way to complain. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, but I'm trying not to focus on that. I'm trying to be in the moment and enjoy this time. But it's hard not to stress when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, don't worry. The first 5 months is going to be fun. Tori's going to be sending you venues. You're going to go look at venues. You're going to be looking at this, looking at that, trying to pick the venue, trying to picture yourself where you want to finally legally marry, you know, your partner. That's all the fun part. At the start of it's hectic.
Yeah.
You're fucking thinking of the food, the DJ, what he's going to do. Do we want this? Do we want that? It's when you secure the venue and you make that first payment, when the venue then goes to you, okay, we need you to start getting that list together. And then that's when you're both going to sit there and go, oh shit. And then the list, bro, just grows and grows and grows. And next thing you know, you're looking at like 150 names and you're going, shit. We can only afford like 100, but there's
what relationship do I want to ruin?
Yeah. And but it's not as bad as people make it out to be. Like, you know, like at the end of the day, it does get stressing. Like, especially when, you know, family members are going, oh, well, you know, especially you come from a WOG background.
Because 110, I just chat with my sister. My sister's the older sister, so she's much more like my dad in terms of a traditional thinking.
You're going to invite them. You're going to invite them. You're going to invite them. You're going to invite them.
She said, oh, no, you can't invite some cousins or not. You've got to invite none.
Or all of them.
Or all of them. But the thing is, if I invite all of them, I value, I know this might sound bad and call me like, I don't know, non-traditional, but I'm closer to some of my friends than I am some of my family. When I was younger, I feel like when you're younger, did you see your cousins more when you were younger, etc.?
Yeah, of course.
But then naturally, you just, you know, you're not vibing, you do whatever. But I was close to my family when I was younger, but now I'm older. I'd rather have not cut any friends and then cut family if I had to.
Yeah.
But the thing is, my dad's going to just throw money at me the ethnic way and be like, invite them. But then it's like, Tori's only met some of these people twice, and then it's our wedding, and she has to go.
They'll get over it, man. Just do what you want to do. Like, if it'll work out. If your dad wants you to have it and you agree, if not, then they'll get over it.
I feel like it's trivial, right? I think it's like Tori's going to be like, this is the worst day of my life. Mate, Therese was here.
It's your day at the end of the day. And I think
not Tori's, it's mine.
Rose and I,
day.
When Rose and I eventually get married, it's like we're probably going to have fucking the tiniest wedding with the minimal amount of people. It's our vibe. But anyway.
But that's you, though.
Congratulations.
Has she put the pressure on?
No, yeah, every fucking of course.
Every female does.
Every female does.
But I want to
like
as
a
well,
stone wall, Daisy does not crack.
So congratulations to the Thunder God. Let him know.
Yeah, so guys, leave us a nice comment congratulating the Thunder God. The Egyptian prince now has a princess.
Yep.
Friendly fire.
And give me a compliment just about myself, not about Tori. Just boost me up.
You had a good weekend too. What'd you get up to, man?
I had a very good weekend, man. Well needed.
Recovery, huh?
Just, again, like I spoke about last week, it was just finally good to go away and do nothing. Man, me, James, Scud Muffin, Cody, man, just drinking beers, fishing. Oh, and Jack, fishing, going to the pub, you know, walking around, swimming at the beach. It was sick, man. Like, it was so
How was the fishing? Catch anything?
Good. Scud Muffin wins man of the week that trip. He caught 3 fish and the rest of us caught squat. I'm not going to lie. I did hook onto a monster. I hooked onto the fish of a lifetime. You know how everyone catches only one big fish in their life? That was my fish and I lost it. I was using really light gear. I don't know if, is it Kyle the fisherman on Instagram? I don't know if he still listens to this, but if he does, he's going to be listening to this going, fuck, spew it. I was using really light gear, only like 8-pound line. And bro, I put on a bit of sausage sanger, like old sausage sizzle that we had the night before. And I just as a laugh, threw it out there. And bro, something gulped this thing in one go. And the line went across, was going across the water like a cartoon. It was
like
going,
a Jaws scene.
Yeah. It was going like, and I was like, oh my God. And Cody's going to go, yeah. And then it just goes, instantly snapped off. I was like, no. So yeah, so I've handed my rods in.
Thrill in the agony.
I'm gonna go back to golf. Fuck fishing. But other than that, man, it was
you'll go back to fishing once you get frustrated with golf.
awesome weekend, man. It was fucking well needed, man. It was good fun.
When I seen when we did the FaceTime, we told you we got engaged. I seen the background, and it brought me back, man. It reminded me of my childhood growing up, going to Shoalhaven Head, same caravan park vibes, except you guys were now the adults.
Yes,
because I used to do that kind of trip when I was a kid, and the adults used to be doing what you were doing, which is cooking brisket. You cook brisket, bro.
Oh, bro.
Scud and James took lead of that?
That was Scud.
Scud is the man. When it comes to Scud, he won't be listening, but man,
what a brisket, man.
Him and a barbecue.
And it was funny too because we were all just hanging out, sitting down, and then Tori was FaceTiming whoever the fuck it was. I think it was Georgia or Sally. No, it was Georgia.
Someone,
She FaceTimed Georgia, and because we're all sitting together, Georgia just goes, oh yeah, that's weird. Tori Bemrose is FaceTiming me. And we all just looked up straight away and went, FaceTime? Bemrose? And then I instantly remembered you were on a weekend away and I was like, yeah, they got engaged. And then everyone was like, yeah. And then you answered and then yeah. But it was cool, man. It was a good weekend, man. Well fucking needed. Next week, get your fucking tickets. It's almost fucking showtime. I'm fucking excited.
Is it next week?
It's next weekend.
Oh,
so guys, ticket links are in the fucking bio. I also have a discount code, secret discount code. I got asked not to share it publicly, but I got told that if people ask, I have a code. It's about 20% off. So if you're gonna come, DM me, buy a ticket. Get 20% off. I've already shared the code around. Some people have already bought tickets with that code. I'm super fucking excited. I'm going to be like a fucking goblin up there. I'm not even going to be DJ. I'm just going to like fucking just shirt off.
Your dick's going to be spinning the like.
My dick's going to be doing the transitions. I'm fucking super excited, man. There's already like 15 of the fucking Trip Jacket crew have got tickets, man. So I'm super fucking excited for that one.
So wait, that's next week. So are you leaving next week?
Yeah.
When do you leave?
The 1st, and his is on the 3rd. So we're leaving 7 days.
What day is that next week?
Thursday.
They leave Thursday.
You leave on Thursday.
I play Saturday.
So a week from today, bro.
So this is your last episode?
No, I'm doing the night before I leave.
You're going to do Wednesday?
Yeah.
Definitely, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah, so you guys will see.
I'll do it on the fucking plane, bro.
That's going to be a good, you can have a couple of whiskeys that one.
Because get this,
Tori to pick you up.
Because we use the credit card on all the booking shit. We get first class, not flight, unfortunately, but we get to use the lounge. So I go to Tori, you bet your ass we're getting there just over 3 hours before our flight because we're going to go to the lounge, have the buffet food. There's showers there. I won't need a shower, but who wants some clammy balls on a flight? Not me. So I'm going to use their showers.
100%.
That's
wash
funny,
my asshole.
So you go to the first class lounge, all the people in suits and shit,
fly.
they walk on the plane and you guys go, you walk off to the economy.
I'll just pretend to go on their fucking the front of the plane, like their fucking first class. I want to fly first class once, but it's going to be, I won't pay for it. It'll just be max credit points. You can do like your credit points. I'm not paying for it, but on points,
They say be careful doing that because once you do it once, you can't fly normal again.
Chasing the dragon.
Apparently, the difference is like
I just end up broke. I'm catching flights on first class just because I'm like, I need it.
So exciting things happening, man. DZ, what's been happening with you?
Nothing from me, man. I've had a chill time, very wholesome weekend.
Had some music drop recently.
The music's coming. The music's still coming. Who We Are's out now. Long Way to Go's out now. Got more in the works. I'm always working on shit.
So what are you doing? A long way again? To go. You're dropping you're gonna do it mid-year. You said you're gonna drop the album.
I don't know when I'm dropping it. When I've released
You've released
when the album's done, I'll drop it. So, but it's a 20-song thing. It's a mix of most of the tracks are going to be released.
Your last 4 or 5.
So it's going to be about 20 songs. About 15 or 14 of them will be released already, with a couple album exclusives and an intro which you did already, which you showed me, and then maybe an interlude and some extra stuff. But that is what looks good to Spotify. That's what you want to do. So, and it's a good way to get people to listen to your old tracks, because if I'm looking at the track list and stuff and I'm running out of room. I wanted about 20 tracks. So if I have enough room, there will be old tracks from years ago as well thrown in there. It's the same as my last Sunday album. The same thing. I had a bunch of old tracks on there. It was a bunch of the singles I'd released, put them together, and it only had 3 original tracks on there. 3 unique tracks was on the album. That's it. It was Working With, Drowsy, and some other one that we did. Those were the only 3 tracks that hadn't been released already.
Yeah.
And then that was one of my best albums ever. Everyone was hitting me up saying this is crazy because people...
The songs have been out for fucking
They
that
don't
long.
listen. They don't listen. But...
you're fake fans, man.
Fuck
a lot of you guys,
It's not even
bro.
that, though. It's not even that. It's also for new fans who stream your shit. It's all there. And it's like, it looks good to Spotify because all those streams carry over.
It does make it easier for your casual fan to listen to it all at once, though, because not everyone's going to be a diehard fan, but it's kind of like making it just like an easy internet. It's almost like you do one click and it's all there, rather than more like not more like DayZ, but you know like Spotify has a list and they pick and choose what ones are your most popular for your listens. But this time it's all going to be there in the one album. So I do like that. I've always liked that with other artists.
I'm telling you, if you're a musician and you listen to this and you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Go listen to Chris Webby's shit. Go look at Chris Webby's Spotify page. That's basically... I've taken inspiration from Russ and Chris Webby when I started doing this. That's why it's got the cover art. It's just the same color with a little picture, and then every now and then I change it. I'll give you a little Easter egg, right? I've already got the cover art for the album I'm going to use, right? And the first one, if you look at the first Sunday, it's a gradient from purple to blue. So it goes purple, red, and blue because when I was releasing those singles, I ended up using 3 different cover arts over time. One had the red background, one had the blue, and one had the purple. And then for the picture, I just did my DZ logo in the middle. So then this next one, I'm doing green, yellow, and orange. I've done orange already. I'm up to green. Now the next 4 tracks or so will be yellow.
Yeah.
And then when I put them in the album, the cover art's going to be like a different
like a
kind
gradient,
of cool.
yeah.
But it's cool. Yeah. It's different to the first one, but it's the same sort of idea of those colors, like colorful. Yeah. It's cool, man. So I hope you enjoy it when it comes out. Thank you for all your work. That's coming, still coming. We got some questions, by the way, guys. I also did a poll, interesting. Never have I ever poll. I thought would be fun. But first, these anonymous questions. We actually got 3 great questions for once.
Yeah.
Written very well, very good English grammar. So whoever sent these, thank you. This is the type of shit we want. The first one's addressed to me. It says, Dylan, what is the thing you found most challenging about being a parent? It's definitely balancing the time. Balancing the time is hard. Children need so much time. They need your attention 24/7. And like I said before, if it wasn't for Rose being such a good mum, I wouldn't be able to be doing this. I wouldn't be able to be doing music. It's tough, and it's definitely just time and energy, because the kids need it. And if you neglect it, you're going to fuck your kid up,
It'll show in the long run.
It'll show in the long run, for sure.
Abandonment issues, fucking... everything.
Everyone you know who's a screw-up probably had shitty parents, man, and it's so common to be a shitty parent. So people really need to study and do their research. I'm lucky I got Rose, man, because she's on the ball. But, yeah, managing the time is hard. It's sad, too, when I come to do this. I get home from work, I only get 45 minutes, and then I have to leave, and my daughter's like, why are you leaving? And fucking... But yeah,
you should bring her on here, bro. Give her a little segment.
She'd be fucking with that thing over there. She'd be trying to grab the toys out of there. But yeah, I'd say time management's hard. This one's addressed to you, Friendly Fire. It says, Iggy, what are some pros and cons of having such a big, long-lasting friend group?
Ooh, that's a good question, man.
Yeah,
what is the what, sorry?
Real good question.
What is the pros and cons of having such a big, long-lasting friend group?
Okay, well, so obviously the pros is the... how solid like how solid the whole like dynamic is. And yeah, the sense of loyalty obviously is amazing. But not just that, it's like knowing I can count on these motherfuckers. And because there's so many of us, you know, it's just like anything that I could possibly need, whether it's a favor, whether it's a, you know, I'm doing a gig, I need freaking a couple people to come, please, so it looks good for the venue and the promoter. Bro, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can go to a fucking Sunday gig and I can bring 10 people and 10 people come to my last Sunday gig that I did. I did a Thursday night gig. I had fucking 4 people there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just unheard of in this, especially in the music space. So for me, for what I'm trying to pursue, it's also like amazing, but it's not just because, like, it's also just because they care.
That would have been if you cared about anything else and you needed help with something. This is your passion. But if you needed something else, a hand, it's good to have
with anything, bro. Like anything. Like I got friends. You know, you're Sparky. Yeah. Raz is a Sparky. My friend Jimmy, he fucking owns a fucking successful business. So if I want to go down that path, I can talk to him. Sally, nutritionist. Like what? Like I can just go on and on and on. It doesn't just stop there. It's like it just doesn't stop. Like. So, like, we're friends with nurses and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, so the pros are obviously, for me, definitely the loyalty and, like, how solid the whole group is. I guess the cons, the only con, and this doesn't really affect me.
Wedding invitations.
No, because everyone in the crew is fucking invited. Don't worry about that. But this con doesn't affect me. But if you're a type of person where you get jealous a bit easy, and you feel like you kind of have to, because everyone's obviously different. Like, for example, right? So what I'm trying to get with this point is we are a group of fucking almost 30 people. So there's obviously going to be times where like 5 of these motherfuckers go have lunch somewhere, or some of these girls go have dinner over here, and then some of these boys might go to the pub. But it's not always going to be 30 people, like a crew of penguins going around. Like because the dynamic is so big. Sometimes, like, bro, I went camping with only 6, 7 of the crew. Yeah, not the whole fucking 30 people. Yeah, only 6 of us went and that's not because let's plan just fucking us 6 and then fuck these guys. No, it was just the girls spoke about it in the inbox. And whoever could come. Yeah. But if you're one of those people where you get, you know, you're a bit jealous and you're a bit, which we've had people come and go in the past, come in and out of the group. Obviously, I'm not going to name names. And I'm not saying those people are bad people, but there's been people in the past that we don't hang out with anymore, obviously, quite clearly, that they, you know, 5 of the girls would go hang out and then they're going, well, what was I wasn't invited. I wasn't told. And then it instantly creates this weird tension and dynamic for no reason where it's like, bro, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, me and you can go have lunch, Joey, one time for whatever reason. We're talking about the podcast or just catching up. The other fucking 20-something boys, I'm going to go, you just didn't invite us to lunch. What the fuck are you doing? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Just like, I wouldn't give a fuck if you went to lunch with, I don't know, Diamond or with DZ. Yeah, and it happens because the group is so big and that's completely fine. Yeah. So for me, it doesn't bother me at all. But like I said, we've had people come and go and it's been a bit of a dicey situation where it's like, okay. But then that's also a bit more internal where people are just causing drama for absolutely no reason and yada, yada, yada. But that's probably the only con I can see. There's no other con literally other than like sometimes where it's like, holy shit, we're going to go to a bender, but there's 30 of us. Where are we going to go? Like, you know what I mean? Like they're the only 2 cons I can honestly give you. Yeah. So, but again, that falls onto yourself, your internal work. Yeah. If you're a bit of a jealous person, which is fine to be jealous, man, it's completely cool. You're human. But if you kind of, you know, take it to the next level, a big friend group might be a bit difficult for you to manage.
That's more of a boy and girl thing too, a little bit. Like, boys are so much easier than girls.
I think it leans more towards the women.
I swear more women. Oh, this might be wrong. Like, it is much easier. I love how I'm speaking like I'm a woman, but I would assume it is much easier to befriend a guy as a woman. As long, I mean, you could have a lot of creeps, but I'm saying if it's a genuine friendship, there's a lot less drama involved with the guy and girl, given that they don't fuck each other and they fuck it all up. Yeah. But if it's literally just that, I feel like a lot of girls, it's harder. If you take a girl to a party, like if you have a guy, a friend, and he brings his partner who doesn't know any of the other girls, it is much harder for that girl to get in that original clique of the existing girls that are in the group rather than it is if the girlfriend brings the boyfriend and the boyfriend clicks. Like when I got, it's different, right? Because I got in the group late. So Tori was already tight with everyone. But me coming into a group years ago with this group, easy, bro. I can just be like, oh yeah, like it's so much easier.
I don't even remember meeting you.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I don't just remember knowing you.
Like, where do we meet?
He was just here one day.
I just appeared. I just spawned.
Yeah.
But like, I just feel like guys are just less drama. And I'm generalizing. There's women out there with a lot of girlfriends, but I just feel like when a girl has a girlfriend, that's
This one for you, Thunder God, says, "Congrats on getting engaged. What's next? Wedding planning, babies."
definitely not babies. I think I got another at least 4 years in the tank before babies, and that's maybe,
How old are you?
30, 31 in July. So I don't want to be. People say don't be an old dad, and I get that, right? But
yeah, I'm torn, man. I really am, bro.
So I don't know whether I'm in that period.
You got no choice almost. You are an old dad now.
Yeah.
Like it's too late for you.
But it's almost like that point where I'm like, do I really want
listen,
a kid?
Listen. Hear me out.
It's hard, man. If
It's
you're not
like-
sure, you wait, man.
I don't want to take on something where I know that I can't give it my 100% all, but then I'll always think that though because I've never had kids, so I don't know whether I'm feeling the natural fear that everyone feels, but they just take the leap, they bungee jump off the cliff, and even though I like parents that are real with me, that they tell me it's hard, man, it's fucking hard, but they always come back to. But no matter how pissed off you are at your kid because he won't fucking shut up, it's your kid and you love him, and it's like. I don't know that, right? I don't have an offspring, right? So it's like someone does DMT and I haven't done it yet, and they go, "You just have to do it, man. I can't tell you what it is. It's you just got to." Everyone's finding their feet. You and Rose didn't know what the fuck you're doing. You still don't. My parents still don't know what they're doing. They're grandparents. Everyone's life is you're experiencing everything for the first time, So I don't know whether that's normal or whether I'm just one of those people. Might be rare. I don't know what the percentage is now, people not having kids ever. But I like the sound of Uncle Joey being the fun uncle. I could be the fun uncle or the fun and the fun godfather.
It's that thing where you don't know what you're missing out on, and that's why we have a population problem in the whole world globally. The population's on a decline, not an incline.
Me and Tori are adding to it.
And everyone is. Everyone has that. Everyone feels that way. I felt that way too. We didn't have a choice, right? We're thrown into this. It's the best thing fucking ever. I would never change it for the world. But a lot of people have that mindset where it's that selfish parenting thing. Like, this is my life. I've got so much I want to do. I've got a career. I want to do music. I want to be a fucking whatever. And then people grow up and they're like, they don't have interest in having kids. And I honestly think it's a lot to do with social media and this modern age we're in, where it's that selfish thing. Like, people are growing up. It's a selfish life.
Because I am selfish. I'll admit.
Everyone is.
Yeah, I'm selfish with my time.
It's your life. You got stuff you want to do, and a lot of people look at that and they don't have kids, so they don't know what they're missing out on. And they're like, "It's my life. I'm having a good time."
Even when it comes to the Sundays, right? I love watching UFC on Sundays, but I can't spend every Sunday when I have a partner watching UFC every single weekend. So it's even when you've got a partner you got to cater for. Imagine with a kid, which you would know, you got to cater times 2. It's not just Rose. You can't let Rose burn out, even though Rose would probably do more if you're doing this. She's at home, but you would try to help her out to not get burnt out as quick to the point where she fucking resents the whole situation. So it's Rose, your partner, and it's Dove, right? So then it's like, it's another thing. But when you're older, I do believe that you want more and a deeper connection naturally. And, seeing my dad with his grandkids now, a newfound kind of love. And I feel like when you get older, I'm worried that if I wait too long... am I going to be that old grandparent who, it's weird. I'm an uncle now to my niece and nephew, but who really sees their uncle that much where he just hangs around a bit? You know what I mean? You got to have your own little family.
Well,
but
there's nothing wrong with being an old parent anyway. And we'll probably live to 150 anyway. So,
Robert De Niro had a kid at 82.
Yeah.
Or was that Al Pacino?
Yeah, good questions. Whoever sent that, man, good thinking for once.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't answer the fucking question.
Yeah.
I feel like it's definitely in our mind. It is. I think it's going to be
House kids.
wedding house kids.
Kids, yeah, surely.
Because I don't know,
Yeah.
I don't mind, temporarily living with Tori's mum to save a bit more. It's working for us. But yeah, I think that's the aim.
Yeah, good question, man.
Yeah.
Whoever sent that, honestly, give yourself a
Yeah,
fucking pat in the
thank
back.
you.
You win gold
Send some
sticker of the
more.
week.
Send
That's
some
it.
more.
Yeah, good questions.
All right. I did something new. I was thinking of this. It ties into one of the questions I asked because I was washing my car and I was moving the hose out and I was looking at the hose laying on the lawn, the front lawn, because I just left it there when I finished. And I was remembering, like, fuck. I remember when I was young, we used to you'd walk around looking for a bong, and you'd have to send someone to go cut a
the
random
hose,
cunt,
yeah.
and they're walking up with little dodgy scissors from Woolworths,
Yeah.
and they're looking on like trying to cut some random cunt's hose. So I did a little never have I ever, and as I expected, I mentioned it before. I was struggling with some engagement, but I knew something like this would get a lot. So this is the type of shit people want to do. So I said. First one, never have I ever re-gifted a gift. And by the way, these are there's about 20 or so people voting on each of these. So that'll give you an idea. Never have I ever re-gifted a gift. 65% have.
What?
35% have never re-gifted a
I've
gift.
never done that.
Never
That is
re-gifted a gift.
chat.
I haven't re-gifted. I've got re-gifted two.
Yeah. That is chat.
I
bro.
don't think I have either.
I've never done that.
No.
If bro,
What if it's a brand new gift, you're never going to use it, but you know someone else is going to use
when
it?
you,
Yeah.
when you,
I've
when
never
you,
done
when you
that,
put it
man.
like that, as long as I haven't done it, but I would do that as long as it had no, like, that shit's got to be like a weapon in America that doesn't have a serial number on it. Like, like it can't be
Still in the box.
It can't be to someone that even knows that person that gave it to me. It has to be a complete.
Different country.
Yeah. I'm like supporting a child in Africa, and I send her a fucking, what's the whip thing? Fucking.
fucking.
What do you do? You whip the foam?
Yeah, whipper, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Whip cream.
What is that called?
I don't know. It's like, and then you
stirrer.
lick it and shit.
Not a stirrer.
It's got the two things.
A cake beater.
Cake beater. That's it. A beater.
Makes it sound like a masturbation
Beater.
tool. It's the cake beater.
Next one.
Never have I ever blacked out and forgot the whole night.
Oh yeah. That was my favorite
I
weekend.
haven't forgot the whole night. I forgot partial, but I've never been like Doug from The Hangover.
I've never forgotten a night. 71% have. 29% haven't. I think here's what I'll ask. We give our answers, and then I'll go through the results.
Yeah, I've done that one time. I've blacked out all the time, but I'd always remember the night. There's only one time where I blacked out, and I've got zero recollection of the night till this day. But like I said, that story is going to be saved for the Patreon because I do not want to share that story. That story is unbelievable. Like, I'm telling you right now, man, I will tell this story and you guys are going to be sitting there with your mouths open. You will not believe a word I'm saying. It's insane, this story.
I want to know the percentage of people that went to Diddy's parties blacked out for the whole night. You know what I mean?
So, Patreon coming soon, man. We got some ideas.
Never have I ever cut a random's hose for a bong. I think I have. We all done it.
I have.
We all done.
Bro, I'll do you one better, right? So we've done that plenty of times, but there was one time, I'm not going to name who it was, where we drove up in the car, seen the hose reel, and he was like, I'll quickly chop it. You know, you're only trying to chop a little bit, right? This funny cunt runs up, grabbed the whole hose reel off the wall, runs into the car. The guy seen us, comes out chasing us, and we're driving while the hose is dragging along the fucking road, bro. And bro, we were laughing because we were already stoned, but we were laughing so hard. So he cuts it in the car while we're escaping and then just launches the hose reel out of the car. And this poor fucker's running down the road. I was like,
That is
man, like, why?
Bro, it's like $9 from Bunnings too.
Yeah.
What is-
Fuck, bro.
Bro, I used to smoke out of carrot. I used to make pipes out of carrots and shit.
Yeah, like apples and shit.
Yeah. They used to do a jail
Jailie,
billy.
yeah.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the can,
they
yeah.
were terrible.
Crush the can. That's like the last ditch efforts when you're at a party or a kick-ons and you're like, no one's got anything, and you're like, the guys can't roll a joint.
Try to avoid that, bro. Apples or carrots are the best because, especially a carrot,
it's nutritious.
Right? Carrot,
And nutritious.
there's nothing left. There's no other. It's literally just a carrot, organic. You don't need anything else. Just two holes. You can do it out of a carrot. So I'd smoke it and I eat it. Then I'll be hungry. You get the munchies. I eat it. No, I'm joking. I didn't eat it. You throw it away. Like, it's just. But this one says, did I do the polls? 71% Nope, sorry. 47% have cut a random's hose. 53% have not.
Yeah.
I feel like that's fair.
That's
Probably with a few lies in there as well. Yeah. Some people are going, no, I've never done that.
This one says, never have I ever had a sickie for a hangover. I have.
Definitely.
I've never done that.
I tried to, so my friends went to TAFE, uni, sorry. I didn't. But they were celebrating their end of uni, like celebrations. And they're like, oh, we got an Airbnb in the city, Randwick, come. And I'm like, I didn't even go to uni.
Yeah,
right?
like you still just
but I'm like, yeah, okay, all good. And they stayed next to the Star. And I was working in Randwick as well, the Army RAF base. And I had work at 6:30 the next day. And I was like, listen, man, you're staying 20 minutes from where I work. I'm going to bring my work clothes. Because I had work clothes on me.
The thing to do when you're young, eh?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't have any good clothes to wear. So I was wearing my mate's. He bought extra clothes. He didn't want to know what to wear. So I was wearing my mate's clothes head to toe. I'm talking shoes, everything. And I went out to the Star with him and we ended up getting back in at like 5 in the morning, right? Oh. And I remember we were at the casino at 4 and my mate was slapping and I was like, bro, I got work in 2.5 hours. And he's like, he had a Canadian club in his hand. He's like, just don't worry about it. Have one. You'll still wake up. And my mate Tim was like bagging me out, like harden up, bro. You'd never had a big one in your life. He had work as well the next day. Bro, fast forward to the next day I wake up at 8 in the morning. I've already texted at like 6. I can't come in. Woke up at 8 in the morning. Tim, who was supposed to be at work 2 hours ago, is passed out in the lounge. And he's a big fob guy. And he passed out that hard in the lounge. He ripped up the lino because when he hit the lounge went... And it ruffled the lino. And you know the lino, the old floorboards? Tore the floor up. He hit the lounge that hard.
Oh, my God. No, I was always that idiot who'd still go and I'd be like vomiting and shit. I did get sent home once. Because this was the weekend. This was the Monday after DEF CON. Oh, and I always told myself, I said... You
would have been looking grey.
Man, I was like the shell of a man, bro. I'm telling you, I always said, look, if I'm going to get fucked up by choice, I'm still going to go to work. I'm just going to just tank it out. I'm not going to be that guy. Bro, this one weekend after DEF CON, bro, I walked... This one I was on the afternoon shift at the warehouse. So I got to sleep in. Doesn't matter. You still woke up. I was fucked. I wake up, right? I'm still drunk and shit from the fucking festival. I walked into the warehouse, bro. My hair's all fucked. I'm like looking pale and shit. My cheekbones are popping out. And my supervisor just looked at me, started cracking up and goes, did you go DEF CON? I was like, yep. He goes, how was it? I was like, awesome. He goes, yeah, I can tell. He's like, go home, bro. And I just walked back out. And then the next day, we were all just having a laugh over it. But yeah, I did get sent home once.
That's actually pretty cool, though. Like, if I went to work... And they could tell I was fucked up, and they were like, "Go home." I'd be like, "Oh, hectic."
Shit, yeah. No, I was not in a good way at all. Yeah. I was like vomiting and shit on the way to work, and shit was fucked.
46% have had a sickie for a hangover. 54% have not.
I don't know. That's because a couple lies there.
Yeah, or because they just don't like. Because I've only tried to back that up. I've already tried to back it up like maybe once in my life or twice. And that once was when I called in sick. I still to this day haven't had a big one and went to work the next day.
Really?
I just don't have Sunday sessions if I'm working on the Monday.
Right.
I just don't do it. Like I can't get into it either. Like if someone goes, "I'll come for a Sunday session," could you? But I have work on Monday.
I can't do it. Sort of like that.
Nah, man. When I was young, bro, when I used to roof tile, bro, man, that whole roofing crew was a crew of fucking misfits, bro. And I'm again, a lot of these stories I'll save for behind the paywall, but man, we would drink and party and smoke weed and all this crazy shit Saturday night, but we'd go so hard that Sunday Arvo starts rolling over. And we're still sitting there and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, I've got to go home. Like my family at my grandma's house having dinner and shit.
Yeah,
it's
they're
like
putting out missing signs.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there going, fuck. I then go home the Sunday, but because I'm so wired from the Saturday, I don't sleep the Sunday. And then I go to roof tiling on Monday, and the whole crew, not just me, the whole crew's done the same fucking thing. I've been partying with half the crew anyway. The whole crew's doing the same shit. And we're all rocking up Monday. No one has slept. We're all wired as still. And then the boss knew exactly what we were doing, but he couldn't do anything because the whole crew was in that situation, bro. I'm telling you.
On rooftops too. Yeah.
On roof, yeah, I know.
Don't get work from that company.
Yeah.
There we have fucking degenerates making.
Hey man, the 2000s,
holes in the roof and shit.
Bro, the 2000s were a fucking good time, man. I'm telling you.
No safety checks there.
This is a good one. Never have I ever vomited in an Uber.
Oh,
I have not.
I have.
Actually, I haven't. No.
Well, you're in the minority for only fire. 11% have, 89% have not.
I feel like people almost do, and they kind of go, "Oh, pull
Keep
over,"
it together.
and they keep it together, and then pull. Because even if you get out of the door, out of the car, it doesn't count. I've had my sister after a night out. She was in the Uber with us, and we had Macca's on the M4 back when the Macca's used to be there, and she vomited silently in the Macca's cup, and because she wanted to try to make it subtle. It's so funny. Her window's down, so she's like a dog, like half out the window, and she's just like. And then she goes, she's half drinking a Coke, and she's just like, I bet she goes, she doesn't even go, she just goes, like it was quiet. It's like, and I was watching her vomit, and you know how like the wind just picks up all the smell, and I'm like, when someone vomits around you, are you that type to go like? There's people out there when they're vomiting, or people around me are vomiting, and I go on purpose. The people that aren't even vomiting, when I do that noise, they go. Like they want to vomit. Are you like that, or are you pretty strong? You're pretty strong stomach, right?
The smell's terrible.
The smell's fucked.
Oh,
like for me in that Uber, the one time I did it, I was coming home again. Big fight with one of my girlfriend's 21st, man. And again, I was so drunk. I'm in the Uber, sitting in the front seat, and I'm doing these ones. I'm passed out, but I'm going.
Oh no!
He's driving, going. Indian, wait, do you want me to pull over? I'm going, nah, bro, I'm all good. I'm trying to hold it, right? He's going, do you want me to fucking pull over or no? Because if you vomit, you're paying. I'm going,
do you want me to pull over?
Yeah, I'm going, shut up, man, just drive. I'm all good. And then I went, all over the cunt's fucking front of the car.
No.
And he just started going off, bro. He pulled over and kicked me out. Bro, thank fuck we're in St. Clair. He kicked me out at like the top of my street. It wasn't even... So I'm then walking home covered in vomit, and I'm going like this. I'm stumbling across the road like this, trying to find the house, bro. I'm telling you,
I tell you what's so funny.
He could have molested me. Like, I was fucked.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? You literally, in hindsight, just fucked up that guy's night.
Fucked up the whole night.
Imagine like his reality. Imagine from his, because this is all a simulation, right? He's going to pick you up. He's trying to earn some money.
Yeah. I was passed out. Why do you want me to stop?
Imagine having to clean someone else's vomit up. That's crazy.
Bro, he'd be spewing through because he's asking you if you want to stop.
Yeah, and I kept telling him no. And then I'm getting angry at him because I just want to go home. I'm like, bro, just keep fucking driving.
You're getting angry at him.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
It's like as soon as we got into St. Clair, it goes, this is when I was still living at my in-laws. So it was, you go into St. Clair, the KFC, and then my in-laws is like literally 30 seconds down the road. So I'm like almost at the home stretch. I've just got to survive like 30 more seconds. But it was, you know, when it's building up in your throat.
Yeah. You start sweating.
Yeah. And I'm literally in my brain, I'm going, hold it in. And then I just went, just going fly like a projectile. I'm sorry. Again, I do regret it, but bro, fuck, man. When you're a kid, man, I was 21, like, fuck, bro.
That is so funny.
I got a hefty bill for that too. The Uber fool billed me. It was like 300 and something bucks.
Yeah, as they should.
Yeah.
This is when the questions changed to Joey's suggestions, if you couldn't tell, because the first one is, never have I ever got poo in my hand wiping my ass. And what's funny is a few people elected to not answer this one, which is funny. A lot of the people that answered all the other
Own up, you cowards.
So now we know who they are, though. Yeah.
Stand behind me in battle.
So 69% have and 31% haven't. I don't think I actually have got poo on my hand.
I'm talking about like on your thumb, or like, has it never?
No, but see, but you fold though, so that's gonna. There's a higher probability of that happening to folders. I think.
I thought scrunches would have been.
Nah,
there's no
because when I scrunch, I have a massive ball of it, so it's like literally covering my wrist. It's like this big.
Isn't that's a lot of wastage?
Yeah, that is a lot of wastage.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Well, I fold too, but like, I don't.
Okay,
I used to scrunch though.
So you're leaving me on this poo mountain by myself with my pooey hand and
you just got bad aim, bro.
Yeah, true.
Bad aim.
I've got to stop finger painting on the walls.
Yeah.
Did I do the poll for that one? 69%. Wait a minute. 69% have and 31% haven't. So more people have than have not.
Yeah.
Never have I ever dined and dashed.
I've never done that.
I've never done that.
I've never.
33% have and 67% have not. Okay. Bunch of good Samaritans. Never have I ever been an alibi for a lying friend. I don't think I have either, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, I haven't, but I feel like a lot of people would though, right? Like, yeah, you got to be that, like, someone's done the dirty on someone, you know, oh, I was not at this girl's house, I was at this girl. He goes, oh, okay, you have that one best friend that you got to be like that Kevin Hart bit. It's like, he was like, he said something like, oh, you got to lie for me. Like, it doesn't matter what adversity you face. If you're a best friend, you got to stand on business.
Stand on business, baby.
Yeah, and just lie for me. You know what I mean? But then it's like that thing where it's like the moral thing of lying, and especially of who is against. But then it's like that friend. That's the pressure. It's pretty selfish to put someone in that position. But
I'm trying to think. Nah, never like that I can think of anyway. Like unless one of the boys have gone, oh, fucking Iggy did it. But I don't. Well, no, but,
and this
like,
isn't something like massive either. It could be anything. Like you have a friend in a group. It could be anything from like you don't even like for example, you said people get jealous about who you hang out with. You don't want to tell people that we went out together. You don't want to maybe make someone
Joey
feel bad.
planned it.
So you go, hey, Joey, we were here then, right? We weren't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never had. Nah.
What was the majority?
64% have. 36% have not.
That's what I mean, man. It happens more than
Interesting.
Not. Little white lies, little whatever it is, you know.
Never have I ever deleted a post for not getting enough likes.
I have done that.
I have done that.
When I was young, before the music,
Listen,
I used to do that.
I'm a famous fucking producer, right? I have a fucking standard to keep, man. If I want 100 likes minimum.
That's bad, man. Instagram don't like that, man. You know, that's why you get shadow banned.
Don't like what?
When you delete posts and shit. And
bro, it's all fucking bullshit. All they care about is if you're some fucking bitch shaking her booty getting 10 million likes that can make them money, they're going to push your shit out. Well, the rest of us smaller artists, we're fighting an uphill battle.
Get your booty out, y'all.
If the algorithm sees you deleting stuff you upload, it shows that it's...
I don't do it anymore. I mean, when I was like, when I first got into it. But bro, I'm telling you, there's no fucking algorithm. It's all cap. It's literally all cap.
There you go. Anyone with Instagram, guy or girl, wear those little short shorts that have the bottom of your cheeks out.
Yeah.
And just shake your ass.
And you what? You'll get 10,000 fucking likes. It's fucking
or
bullshit.
Girl.
38% have, 62% have not. Never have I ever worn someone else's underwear. 40% have, 60% have not. I don't think I've worn someone else's underwear.
I think I've borrowed one of the boys on these for sure.
Yeah, that's the thing.
At some point.
We're not saying like dirty underwear, like hey.
Like they've just taken them off and given them to you.
How fucked up is that? It's pretty fucked up. If I'm like, if you have some sick kink where you're like, hey, do you want to swap undies for the day? Like, I know you've been wearing it for like 5-6 hours, but
no. See, I used to be big. Same thing on the benders where I'd have to shower. Like, you know, you got some cunts who just will go like fucking 20 something hours. I don't give a fuck. I was the opposite. I'm a clean freak. So I was like, I'll come bender. I don't care. It's 3 a.m., but I'm using your fucking shower. So at some point, I know for a fact I would have borrowed someone's undies.
Yeah.
Man or woman.
Man or woman. The last one. Never have I ever broken up with someone via text. 46% have and 54% have not.
I have not.
I'd like to say no, but I can't put it past me at like 14 or 15.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've
like when I had those relationships that you're like, they're not really relationships, but you're like, what are we?
Yeah,
and you just discovered pussy.
I've only ever been with Rose since fucking phones were invented almost. But in primary school, like,
you just send each other messenger pigeons.
Yeah, or by raps.
When will thy love respond?
Well, that was fun, man. Thank you. If you follow me on Instagram, thank you for participating. It's dz.tjm on Instagram. Yeah, maybe I'll do more of those if we can come up with new ideas and shit. But I think that takes us to the Reddit.
Welcome to the Reddit Corner.
Okay, this week, in celebration of Joey K's story from last week and Joey K going on holidays, I said, what is the dumbest travel mistake you've made? First one, left my keys in the wrong suitcase. My husband, 2 friends and I are all going on vacation together. Husband and I only brought 1 carry-on and 1 checked bag for the both of us. We all flew in together, but we are leaving separately. My husband left his car in Atlanta since he was flying there for work directly after our vacation. I am taking the checked bag home and he is taking the carry-on to Atlanta. As my plane is taking off down the runway, I'm checking all my things again and remembered my keys are still in his carry-on bag. Worst flight home ever, as I had to text our friend who was house sitting to get the spare key and bring it 45 minutes to the airport just so I can get into my car to get home.
I mean, lucky she had the spare key. Otherwise, would have been in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can really empathise with these people, you know. That mistakes happen. And this is just a part of the...
We're all human.
We're all human.
This one says, I agreed to carry a parcel of raw meat home to LA from some acquaintances in Dhaka. I had gotten ill in Dhaka, so I was in no mental state to question why the fuck they would want me to do that. It leaked blood inside my luggage, which ensured the customs officials wanted nothing to do with it. I still wonder what that was about.
When you put... That story is so sus. They got raw meat from acquaintances. That's the biggest alarming sentence ever. Hey, you got to take raw meat interstate or cross country, but through acquaintances, not even friends. Hey, have some meat.
You just met them.
Yeah. I booked a ticket to the Anne Frank Museum tour and stood in line. Ticket was for the following year.
I had that same one. I knew one of you were going to have that one.
Did you know apparently in Austria they have a special desk in the airport for peanuts who accidentally thought they were flying to Australia?
Yeah. I don't know how true.
I don't know if that's true or not.
Tori looked it up.
Yeah. Wait, Tori's not here.
You know what's funny about that? I did that the other week for the Easter show, right? My family was sending me the link and shit to pay for the Easter show, and I'm going through. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I didn't even want to go to the Easter show anyway, and I was annoyed, and I did it. And then I look at the email, and it had the date for the next week. And I'd already paid and everything. I was like, are you fucking... How did that happen? How did that happen? I know I didn't click that. How did that happen? But luckily, they were actually pretty great. You email them and they just change it for you. But I was like, what the fuck, man? I didn't click that shit. It was like, you know those pop-ups that pop up like those fucking porn ads and shit? That pop up? It was something like that. Must have fucking popped up.
Right, ads.
But like, I mean, how it like fucking takes you into tabs and shit.
You're taking a break from beating off. You're like, I better book these Easter show tickets.
It forced me into fucking buying the wrong day.
Yeah. And then when you make those mistakes, you think that nothing can be done to amend it, and then you realize, oh, that does happen, though. You know what I mean? Pretty unreasonable. Like, nope, sorry, you have to change your plans.
Yeah, I'm going next week, I guess.
Yeah. Not me, but my husband. The night before our first trip to Barcelona, he noticed his passport had expired. Hotels were non-refundable at that point, so I waved goodbye and did the trip solo.
Oh!
That's a big move. Doing the trip solo, like, for example...
That could be a deal breaker for the Relo.
Well, but go back to my story. Go back to my story, right? If I had lost my passport in Athens that time, me and Tori were even talking about it before we thought to ring the Uber. Like I'm saying, we were doing, solution mode. And I was thinking, I'm like, man, is she within her right? I've cut this trip short. We're supposed to meet you guys to keep going. And who am I? Am I a shit boyfriend? Imagine the flight. It's bad either way, right? Because if I flew home alone without her because she continued, that's on me. And I got to soak in that no matter.
Yeah.
But if I go, babe, come on. I'm
Yeah.
your partner. You've got to come home with me. And then she's on the flight home. She hasn't even finished the rest of her trip. So in this one hit me, right? Because I was like, damn, like, it's like, you're well within your right to finish that trip solo. And especially if you're not checking that your passport's expired till then you kind of deserve it, right?
I know, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's something that I would do, but I haven't done that yet. So suck shit to this guy.
Not having an emergency credit card in a bag or somewhere that was stored separately from my wallet. Sometimes things go sour and you end up running out of money. So I don't know if she meant as in money in general, and then you have like a spare credit card or a secret little fund that's an emergency. That to me makes sense if something gets stolen.
Yeah.
Especially how, in Europe, pickpockets can be pretty savage. I literally had a dude try to pickpocket me to my face. He literally went, hey, look, what's that? And I went, fuck off,
Italy?
idiot.
In Italy?
In Rome, yeah.
Is it that African dude?
He was a big, tall African guy. He was ginormous, like 7 foot. And he was talking to me. He's like, oh, yada, yada, yada. And then he went, look over there. Look at the statue. And I
so he didn't even try.
Fuck off, idiot. I just kept walking like, I'm going to look. He's going to snatch my phone out of my hand. I'm like, nah, mate.
Speaking of that, a lot of them were thief-related. This one says, I left my passport in a bag in the boot of my rental scooter in Penang. Shocker, that bag got stolen. Fucking rookie.
And it's the worst when you, like, I would know. I lose shit a lot or misplace. Because I eventually find it. But I misplace a lot of shit at home, right? But when you lose something or misplace overseas, man, you just feel so alone because you're like, I haven't even lost my shit on home soil. So there's less. If there's a language barrier, usually there's not. But regardless, there kind of is sometimes. When you go to my wallet, I left. Even if you're gonna do that in stressful environments, you just want to go wallet. But you can't operate the same on away soil. So it's kind of a
man. In your defense, Chloe done it in fucking Rome.
Yeah.
We got to after we got engaged. She was, and the worst part about it wasn't even her belonging that she lost. She was borrowing one of her girlfriend's Poppy Lissaman bags. And
was there alcohol involved at the time when she lost this?
No.
Okay.
It was. We had just landed in Rome and we just got dropped off at the hotel.
Okay, continue with your.
And
case,
if you're a woman, you know that a Poppy Lissaman, isn't the cheapest little bag you can get. So she's borrowing one of her girlfriend's Poppy Lissaman's little handbag. We get into the hotel. We're excited. We're in our little had I proposed already? No, I hadn't proposed yet. It was the first time of the holiday where we were going from Rome to Positano. So we're kind of in like a little bubble. It's just us two. We're having a bit of a break from the group. We're relaxing. We're in the hotel planning what we're gonna do. And then she just randomly goes, "Where the fuck's the Poppy? Do you got?" And she done what you did to Tori. She goes, "Do you got the Poppy?" And I went, "No. Why the fuck would I have the Poppy?" Instant freak out. Shall I call the fucking Uber again, please? When you come back, I'll give you. I'm pretty sure I ended up giving him 100 euro. But situation a bit different. He was only like 20 minutes down the road, whereas your guy was fucking on the other side of the island.
And it'd been a whole night. He'd been trying to contact me as well.
Yeah. So I mean, it happens, bro.
Yeah,
it fucking happens.
Happens to the best of us.
Showed up for my return flight in Honolulu and discovered that the flight left yesterday.
Wow, man.
You know what? I just realized. I reckon these fucking Ubers in foreign countries they're grabbing your shit, putting it in a secret compartment, making you lose it, so then they can make more money when you beg them to bring it back.
Or they see it, like when you get out, they see it, but they go, "I'll just wait for him to call me back." And, I'll happen to be on the other side of the country, so it's extra.
They pretend, but they just parked around the corner behind a wall. They just wait an hour.
I have like 3 different people's passports.
I fucking would. I'm like, no, you tip me, I come back.
I love how it's always North Korea.
The North Koreans. Kim Jong-un said no. I've got one more. While I was boarding my flight from Germany to London, realised I'd forgotten my passport.
Oh, no.
The one thing, the most important thing.
I mean, even when I go domestic, sometimes I feel like you should have your passport on you, even though you don't have to.
I still take mine on domestic, even though you don't have to. I still take it because I get that paranoid.
Yeah, I did it once, and I was like, I don't feel right. Like they didn't ask for it, but I was like, what if they do need it? Like,
yeah.
The difference from domestic to international is crazy. Like domestic is like catching a bus.
Yeah.
You literally just walk in, you're in fucking Melbourne or something. But like international, it's a whole different fucking ballgame. Yeah. You got to be there 4 hours before it's 2 a.m. You're standing in line. It's just
But I don't know why. Like going back to like the traveling thing, I don't know. I love when you're going somewhere. Like when I leave next week and I'm going to the airport, like there's airport beers, a mad feed, the first class lounge, the buffet. Yeah. Pretend I'm on first class flight, whatever. But we got one Valium each, right? Both ways. Oof. And then Tori got this triple strength melatonin. And we had it the other night, didn't even notice a difference, but I'm going to have it anyway. And my aim is to have the first 4 hours. I'll watch movies, fuck around, have the dinner.
And then
pop it. And then the last half, because it's 14 hours to Dubai and then 8 hours. So I don't need to, I don't need to sleep.
Long.
I'll sacrifice. I don't need to sleep on the 8 hours because that's a day flight.
Are you just stopping over in Dubai or are you staying there for
Stopping.
a little? So you just don't stop over?
Yeah,
because Dubai would be fun.
The first flight is a night flight. So that's the flight you want to sleep on. The next 8 hours is a day flight. So I don't mind if I don't sleep on the 8 hour flight. But that 14 hours, bro.
Oh my God, how much of a drag is that 14-hour flight, bro? It's never ending.
But it isn't. But I also get excited. I'm torn. I go, this is only one way through it. You got to go through that to get to where you're going.
They've changed. The airports have, I feel like it's a lot more seamless. I don't travel as much as you two, but I feel like it's a lot more seamless and smooth these years than it was. Because when I was younger, I remember standing at the airport in lines and shit for so long with your little paper thing. But now you just go up to the self thing, you scan it yourself, and I haven't waited at an airport for an extensive amount of time in years, in ages. Since we went to America or Uruguay, was probably the last time I remember actually waiting for ages for shit to happen.
In Europe, there's a couple of countries where it was a mess.
But that's different country.
Yeah.
And I think it's a matter of like the more you fly, the more chance you're gonna have fuckery. So if you just travel every now and then, chances are it's going to be smooth sailing. But if you in Italy like these guys were, and then it's like a language barrier, there's like it's hot, and you're like, It's I mean, it's a chaos, man. But I love it. I don't like the way home, but the way there, I'm kind of excited. I'll chat to the people working there. If I'm just standing up stretching, I'll just talk shit. They probably don't want me to talk, but I'll talk anyway.
Yeah.
You got another one?
Yes. Took a cruise in the Mediterranean. I signed up for international coverage, but didn't realize that it didn't include maritime roaming. Maritime roaming, I didn't even know maritime roaming was even a thing. Was in for a painful surprise the next morning. Fortunately, it was just the first day, but the charges were over $250. I was able to negotiate the cost down when I returned. Because maritime roaming is like when you're out in the sea, but you're not quite overseas and you're not within the range. I mean, shit like that. That's like when you go overseas and you have like, we had to get like an eSIM that lasts 90 days for this trip. And that brings it down a bit. You know what I mean? I know certain phone coverages do like certain things, but when you're over there, you don't need to be on your phone, but naturally nav, this and that, whatever, you need your phone. It does hurt when you don't sign up for something that makes it cheaper, and then you get a bill later and you're like, you don't care about using the phone at the time because you're like, whatever, I need to use it, but they hit you hard if you don't have the proper setup.
It's crazy. I don't know, you guys wouldn't use this probably, but like, it's crazy. I was hearing Joe Rogan talk about recently, like not that long ago, where how he loves paying with his phone. He's still like amazed by paying with his phone. Like he scans his phone and he sees a little thing and he's like it's a cool new thing. And like we've been paying with our phones and our car, like PayPass for fucking how long we've been doing that shit. You know, like a lot of these other countries, they don't fucking have that shit as much. It's always fascinating to me that these cunts are so like far behind. They're like the first world, the leader and everything. But like,
is that only new in America?
Well, I know PayPass came to them much later than it came to us with your card. I don't know how soon Apple Pay was, but like, I remember when PayPass were doing it. When they was doing it, we'd already been doing it for like years.
Tori said the other day, I never bring my wallet anywhere anymore, and I'm
neither.
That's so true. And I'm like, I probably should.
You don't need to.
You don't need to. Your driver's license is on the app. Everywhere is electronic.
Yeah. You don't need to.
And then your phone dies, and you're fucked.
Yeah.
You got another one?
I still bring the wallet. Just there is some places that are a bit how you're going, and they prefer physical copies of shit. So that's the only
that's
reason
rare
why.
though.
Yeah.
I haven't come across that in ages. That's it.
Yeah, that was my last one, man. So that was Reddit, guys. Celebrating Thunder God. Which also remember, there's going to be a couple of fillers starting as of the week after next. So there'll be some fillers. DZ's done a solo. I want to do a solo. Joey's done 2 solos. And then Joey K had a special guest on today for a 5th solo. So you guys are going for how many weeks?
12 roughly.
12 weeks. So we've got almost half of the time covered, which is fine. And then me and DZ business as usual. 10
weeks.
Yeah. So we've got almost half of the fillers covered, which is great. That's good work. Gives me and DZ a break. Week on, week off, week off.
We record every second week.
Yeah, we'll record every second week. We'll try to tee up some guests. I'll find a new producer to fill in the void. While you're gone, that might be fun. Probably a female would be best. I feel like a boy doing that would be kind of stupid.
They'd be dumb as us.
Yeah. We're all looking up the dumbest shit.
Yeah, they're looking at porn in the background.
Hey man, like fuck.
You hear the audio as well.
So as always, so keep your eye out for that. Guys, you can, if you want, skip the fillers. The fillers is like an anime thing. It's just a filler to help lighten the load on me and DZ and give us a break.
But if you really love us, you won't skip them.
I mean, they're normal episodes, you know.
They're normal episodes, but you can't skip them because they don't play a part in the big story. Does that make sense? Like an anime. It's like One Piece. You don't really, a lot of people skip the fillers because it doesn't really intertwine with the story.
Yeah.
This is part of the main story. The fillers, you can do what you want. Do as you please. My filler is going to be very niche, I want to talk about, trading in that, especially for people who are new and interested in giving it a crack. So that might be super boring, so I don't expect anyone to listen to that. What was your solo one about? What did you talk about?
Just almost the same as last time. I just spoke about the gym, talking about spirituality, shit like that.
Yeah, okay, cool. So if you're not into spirituality and working out, again, you could probably fucking skip that. You and Liam covered a lot of sports today.
Yeah.
So if you're not into sports, you know what I'm saying?
And just like growing up together in school and funny moments like that. I talked about how sometimes I wish it'd be fun to have foreskin on my solo one. What else to talk about? Hard-hitting facts.
See, and keep in mind, these are outdated too. So by the time you're listening to them, I mentioned the date when I recorded, which was Good Friday. I mentioned that in the pod. But like, yeah, we're not always going to mention in the fillers. So just keep in mind, news and current shit might be happening, but we're not going to discuss it because it's fucking recorded however long ago. You know what I'm saying?
So again, that's on you guys, man. You do as you please with that stuff. That then takes us to. I've got to fucking label these fucking buttons, you fucking. Woo!
I only got 2 points.
What's been happening?
I wish Tori was here, man, but did you guys see they've found the most compelling evidence yet of aliens existing ever?
Oh,
So they've
what's
found-
the fucking
No,
evidence
this is for
Right.
real, bro. This is for real. So about 120 light years away from Earth, there's a planet that's mostly an ocean, maybe entirely an ocean. I'm not sure, but they've used the James Webb Telescope and they've found the markers for life, basically. So they've picked up that there's particles that are only created on Earth by organic life, little plankton and organisms in the ocean.
Oh, so the oceans. Oh, imagine
So
all the
this
creatures
planet-
on that planet.
So they are saying they're 95% sure
That there's-
there's probably life on this planet. And it's 120 light years away from Earth. So if we figure out space travel and we can eventually travel at the speed of light, in 120 years you can get there. So it's not that far in terms of the scale of the whole
universe,
galaxy. You know what I'm saying? So
still 120
it's bigger than
years.
Earth. It's a planet bigger than Earth. See, my points have been getting a lot smaller because we have Tori. I used to write a bit more detail, but now I just write
it's hard,
the
man.
headline and I get
You're
Tori.
killing
to
us,
check
Tori. You're
Yeah,
killing
man.
us.
Yeah, so, but apparently, this is for real, man. Like, there's probably life on this planet.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of points that you brought up, which I do hear about later, and I'm like, fuck, man. DZ was talking about that like however many weeks ago. But that's crazy, man. When you say light years, though, I'm like, 120. What's a big amount of light years? You know what I mean? Like, it's
you know how fast light is.
yeah.
1 light year is how far, if you turned on the light switch, it'll take 1 year for the light to get from there to that point.
That is
So it's
fucked.
how far light can travel. The fastest thing known to us.
120 light years. It's
So-
going to take you 400 years to get there.
Well,
It's like, fuck.
right now, we can't travel at the speed of light.
Yeah.
We're kind of maybe close. In a couple of years,
Is that
maybe
what
we'll
SpaceX
figure
is?
something
That's
out.
the whole thing. That's what they're doing. Or?
That's what they're all doing. Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos, SpaceX. The
Everyone.
goal is to,
The goal is to get that.
but it's impossible
Yeah.
with the technology we have right now. But it will be possible probably. So it's how long you turn on the light switch here, instant, right? Like boom. You turn on the light switch, 120 years later, however far that light got, that's where the planet is. So, the people on that planet will be seeing you turn on the light switch 120 years later.
That's fucked.
And there was another space story I saw. I think this is an old thing. This was announced ages ago, but it's called the Voyager Station. And it's a circular space station for tourists. And it's going to have like 120 rooms. It's going to be rotating, so it makes artificial gravity. And it's like $5 million a ticket or something, and you go up there and you stay in this rotating hotel. It's gonna have spas, tennis courts, shit like that. It's in space and it looks crazy. It's this big rotating thing. Now, obviously, this was announced ages ago, and they had deadlines to start 2025, and then deadlines to start 2028, and it's getting pushed back because obviously it's fucking hard, and there's a lot of technology that's almost invented but not quite yet that it relies on, right? But like this stuff is probably gonna happen. All of this stuff we talk about, the line in Saudi Arabia, this fucking thing, traveling and fucking this planet, like we are living in a space age, man.
Yeah.
Well, did you see that? Apparently, they reckon that the Katy Perry mission thing was faked.
Yeah, no, it wasn't fake. I don't know. It wasn't fake. There's weird stuff, but the thing with space is always weird stuff. Like I saw, they had good points about the hatch, right? Where they landed and Katy Perry opened the hatch early.
From inside,
And she's not supposed to be able to do it. And it opened outwards.
No, inwards. It can only be opened from the outside, and they've opened
Yeah,
it.
and they've opened it inwards. And people saying like the pressure, but there's explanations for shit, right? And I've seen the debunking, and it's not fake. It really isn't fake. There's weird shit, like with the moon landing, there's weird shit too, but it's not fake.
So what's the debunking with the door?
I don't remember, but there is a debunking for the door because I did see it. And also the fucking... Lost my train of thought. I don't remember. There was another thing that people were saying proves that it's fake, but like, yeah, it's just not fake, man. It's not. It's not fake. You know, like they say the same thing about SpaceX's live streams and shit, and that it's just not fake.
I think it's just because you're not used to seeing people in that environment. So people are always going to debunk this and that, but it's like it's easier to come up with like a reason to debunk stuff when it's not your usual everyday. You know what I'm saying? Like
you see the planets, right, and they look fake. They look fake, the planets. But then I also think, what is it supposed to look like? What is a real looking planet going to look? It's so foreign to us.
Yeah.
And then, like, I'd see those photos where, you know, it's from space and the Earth's cut in half, and it's shadow on this side and light on this side. It looks so perfect and fake. But it's like, what would make it look real? You know what I mean? It's a completely, you know, it's beyond our comprehension.
How long were they up there for, by the way?
10 minutes, I think. In zero gravity in 10
There was a
minutes.
thing where it's like Sonny Williams and Butch were like dirty as at him. Like they're getting all this clout for being up there for 10 minutes, and they were up there for like
Stuck up there for 7 months.
7 months, whatever.
People, I don't know why people seem to forget that Richard Branson did the same thing, I think last year or ages before these
Richard
guys.
Branson, that
Boeing, because he's got a space company too, the Boeing company.
Yeah.
And their thing is more like a plane, right? And it flies, it's a tourism thing as well. It flies upwards like that, sort of like the space shuttle did. And it goes to the same area where Katy Perry went, that 10-minute zone where they get zero gravity. And he did that. He went himself. He's the owner of the company he went, which Jeff Bezos hasn't done, Elon Musk hasn't done yet.
that's kind of
Like,
like
he took it
that's
himself in the
ballsy.
plane.
When you can do it and go there yourself, it's like, damn.
I will not be buying any tickets to space. You can all get fucked.
Yeah, I mean, nor could we afford it.
Yeah.
but
I
even if
would.
fuck
100%
that.
I would.
would you?
I'd love to go.
I don't know. I'd have to wait for a lot of test runs. I'd have to
Yeah,
wait for a lot
bro.
of dead monkeys, or if they
I want to
use-
see 500 successful missions before
Yeah.
I consider that shit.
Yeah.
Because I'll be the unlucky fucker gets on one and it fucking implodes before it even leaves the atmosphere. Like 1, 2, 3. Like fuck. Like
Oh yeah, I remembered what I was saying. The Katy Perry thing, right? People were saying it's fake because she opened the door before you're supposed to be able to. But apparently the door had already been opened, but then they wanted to reshoot it so Jeff Bezos could, it looked like he was getting them out or something. So for the cameras, they wanted to do it again. So the door was already open because people were saying she shouldn't be able to open the door herself, but it had already been opened. So it was like not closed properly.
I don't know, man. So you're saying that they're saying that they had already opened it, but it just wasn't filmed.
It wasn't fake.
man.
It's not fake. Man.
I don't know,
not
man. We're in a simulation, bro. Telling ya. Did you guys see? At least 24 people have been killed after a gunman opens fire on a group of domestic tourists visiting a popular beauty spot in Indian-administrated Kashmir.
Wow.
Yeah, the attack took place in Palagam, a picturesque town in the Himalayas often described as the Switzerland of India. The region's chief minister said the attack was much larger than anything we've seen directed at civilians in recent years. Reports suggest that there are a large number of wounded, with some in critical condition. Donald Trump, Vladimir Putin, the United Nations chief were among the world leaders who condemned this attack.
Wow, I did not hear about this.
Yes, this is very recent. This article is only seven hours
So the
old.
attack was, how many were injured, killed? What exactly?
24.
24.
So 24 people
Wow.
have been killed, with a whole bunch of injured, still in critical condition.
Fuck.
Now, I can't find a motive.
Tori? Bring it up. Shit, sorry. Tori's.
I'm just going to quickly browse here through. Yeah, I can't find a motive, unfortunately. But yeah, very sad. I mean, the Indian military got fucking mobilized and everything, which is, scary shit. I think it says.
And how big is the
Since
Indian
the-
military? I can't.
Probably pretty big.
Oh, yeah, true. Because it's like the most
Because there's a
popular.
fucking billion of these fuckers. Their military would be fucking 900,000 strong, bro.
I think it's like the 5th or 6th in the world.
Yeah,
I've never seen it.
just in sheer numbers.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, they don't even have to shoot you. They just swamp you and
Yeah.
you drown in people. Drown in a sea of people.
Instead of Saving Private Ryan, it's Saving Private Raj. Private Raj.
Yeah. Yeah, so apparently, this already answers some of the question. So there's 500,000 Indian soldiers permanently deployed just in that area of India. 500,000 in one section of the country.
That's crazy.
So they'd have a strong military
Yeah.
just in sheer numbers.
It's the 4th most powerful military globally.
Wow.
What's the top three?
America, China, Russia?
All right, let me just top 10 best military.
America's number one. Doesn't matter what anyone tells you.
It is.
America's technology is
America, China,
bonkers.
then maybe
More than China, though?
Yeah.
Oh,
bro.
it goes United States, Russia, China, India, South Korea, United Kingdom, France, Japan, Turkey, Italy.
Because they always talk about China's, all their stuff is more like all their cars, this and that. Everyone's saying that they're like the sleeping giant. So I always thought that China had the best
No. They are
gadgets technology.
They are strong and they are getting better at gadgets and gizmos and stuff. But people forget that America have been the number one military power since World War II. And so, they were the first country to make the nuke. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you just can't even imagine the shit that they would have. Bro, they've got, I'm pretty sure I've seen a podcast. Was he on Joe Rogan? Like an ex-military guy saying that, like,
Probably, yeah.
it's the shit that they have is scary. Like, they've got planes, bro, that go undetected from any type of radar that can fly over a town. You won't see the plane until the town's decimated. And that's just planes. That's not missiles, lasers. Like, it's scary shit. Like, and even he said, like, so apparently, oh fuck, I wish I could remember the podcast. But he was saying that I think there's only 2 of them have been created, owned by America, and apparently Russia has been trying to buy one for like the past 20 something years, and America keeps knocking them back.
And you know they'd be trying to replicate it themselves without asking. So that goes to show how hard it is to replicate it.
Yes.
Because if they could, they'd just do that.
But that goes to show that America are still, when it comes to the military and the guns in the air, that they got that shit on lock, bro. Like, if you got only 2 planes ever made and Russia's trying to buy that, you know that it's like, bruh, this is scary shit. And that's just one device that they've got. That's got nothing to do with like the fucking. They'd all have robot dogs and fucking grenade launchers and all this crazy shit, bro. Like, it's actually kind of fucked up.
Well, I might as well bring up this last point while we're speaking of China. China to introduce AI courses in school curriculum, so mandatory AI classes. China will introduce AI into classes through applications and textbooks in the school curriculum starting in September 2025. According to an official paper released by authorities on Wednesday. The move is set to overhaul the country's education. The move targets students and teachers in China's primary, secondary, and higher education levels. The document says this is an attempt to boost students' AI-related innovation, the world's second largest economy. So this is basically the future of schooling all over the world, because AI, I've seen someone say, I can't remember who it was, on some podcast, the 2 industries AI is going to be the most dominant in is medicine and teaching. Teaching and medicine.
Is teaching going to be made redundant, teachers eventually?
Basically. And you can already see it. Like, look at all the information we learn and get from AI. And, like, you look at stuff like Duolingo, I know actually has, like, a AI-catered personal thing they introduced a while back. And, like, shit like that, you can have a personal teacher. It'll be like fucking Jarvis or Cortana from Halo, where it's like a personal assistant. It's like Siri on your computer, but they're your teacher, and they know you, they know your grades as they get to know you, and then they can give you personalized thing. It's better than any teacher. You don't have to pay them. You don't have to do this. It's got the world's information at its fucking, in an instant. But it's just surreal to see that China's actually introducing this now. So now they have mandatory AI classes.
But then the problem with that, though, is just like anything. Remember, like, history is only written by the victors, right? So school, they got this AI shit, but then what's the first thing they're going to do? They're not just going to be willy-nilly, you can do whatever you want. Then the school's got to come in and the government's got to come in and go, okay, shit, what do we restrict that these students can get taught from these machines? And they got to start programming, okay, you're a school AI program, you can only teach this in this certain way.
Well, yeah.
When a student asks you a question, you got to answer like this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
again, that just gets restricted, and it's kind of, you're just at the same ballpark. It's just a machine telling you.
It's not going to be like fucking ChatGPT.
Yeah, you can just ask it whatever.
It'll be the school education system. They will still have their curriculum they set out, but they will just have their own specialized AIs that are teaching that curriculum. So the AI is not going to be talking about fucking how the Egyptians fucking built the pyramids and shit. Maybe if it's history.
Or like that, it's a German one, and he goes, you guys do know that Hitler was a thing, right? They know
Yeah.
that, but it's like it's not going to go off the beaten path.
Yeah.
It teaches whatever it's told.
It's going to be a very specialized thing, I imagine.
What happens with the shithead kids that cause the teachers? Remember the substitutes who used to come in, for example,
Make 'em cry,
Do you know how
yeah.
I wonder if the AI, like, it'll just. I wonder how much tolerance. What's the tolerance level they'll set the AI to? Like, will it discipline kids as well, or would it just be like only the smart kids that will get the knowledge and the other ones will fall to the wayside?
You know what's funny that you bring that up? You'd think in the long run that should help kids' behavioral issues, maybe, because think of it, right? When you're a kid in high school and you're pissing off the substitute teacher, you're making them cry. Why do you do that as a kid?
You get a reaction.
You're doing it to get a reaction and to look cool, to act popular in front of everyone else, right? When you're getting taught by a machine who you can't make cry, you can throw shit at it and they might just shut the machine down for a bit. You're not really like, I feel like it might help take away that aspect of trying to show off when you're a kid. But then in saying that, the social side then kind of gets fucking diminished because then all you've got these little weird kids that are all like just awkward. They're just sitting there, not really social. You're not interacting from like that teacher to student relationship interact. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a weird little thing.
Are we talking to an AI person like it's through a screen or whatever?
I think it's probably going to be the way I imagine it in the future
Or a physical
will
thing.
be a school from home
Like at
sort of
home.
thing, like they did during COVID.
Yeah.
Right, so I don't think there will be a classroom to throw shit in. You know what I mean? So I don't think that behavioral things will be a problem. I think there will be a set curriculum. There will be set deadlines to do assignments and submit shit, and you'll learn it from home on your computer. Or like everyone's got a phone. Your AI will be on your phone. Your school app.
A lot of browsers, a lot of tabs on there. You know,
But there might be in the far future. You go a bit further. They might have robots. With the AI in like C-3PO type.
They
shit.
make like hot teachers, like hot teacher robots.
They got massive cans and shit on them.
Like I can see that sort of thing happening too.
I don't know, man. But then again, you do the whole homeschooling robot thing, and then everyone's just an awkward little. You know what I mean? Like it's why, like Gen Z are already such an awkward little, like they're like buck tooth little Reddit nerds. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna just get worse and worse and worse.
You don't have to have. You can. They'll have separate social events and separate social things. So you do your schooling, and then they have. Everyone in this course has the dance tonight, and everyone goes to this event.
See,
you
then
know,
it's like all forced. It's all,
you know what I mean? Like they're probably gonna have stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. It's again, and
They
then
have AI first girlfirls. It's like for the nerds.
And
Like,
then
where does it stop?
That'll probably happen too.
and then people wonder why people don't want to have kids. It's only going to get worse.
Yeah.
I don't want a kid going to a fucking virtual school and it's an awkward little kind. If my kid's a little awkward thing, I'm going to be so upset.
You just
I'm
gotta
gonna be
embrace it.
bruh,
You gotta
like
embrace
you're a
it.
fucking ugly nerd. Like, come on, go out and go fucking get some pussy or something. Go party and go. You know what I'm saying? But nah. Like, Dad, the fucking AI misses have fucking big robot cans, Dad. It's like, all right, bro.
It's the world we live in, man, and you gotta try to teach your kids that. And like a lot of kids know, man, and you gotta give people credit. Like people will adapt and change. Everything's still very new now, so you're seeing the process and the metamorphosis of changing to this new world, and a lot of people can't deal with it, and they are awkward and nerdy and losers. But in many years' time, it's going to be normal, and we're going to be living in a different world, and you just have to adapt. You got to adapt, and you got to change, and it'll be a different way of life.
Yeah.
Pope Francis is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened? He was 88 years old.
And
He's an old
JD
man.
Vance put poison on his hand, and he shook his hand, and
died
he said
instantly.
"Oh, I'm a fan. I'm a bit religious. I've went to church a few times in my life." And then he's gone, "All right, go. It takes 5 hours to kick in." Nah. Everyone say, have you seen that? People
Yeah.
are like,
Yeah,
it's so
those
funny.
comments.
It's so funny, bro.
Why would they want to assassinate the Pope? Like-
anyone with political views one way or the other, if one person, left or right, is involved, fair enough. It is funny. Like, it's funny. It's comedically funny to go, that it's actually pretty funny timing, because we've known, I'm not saying this happened, but anytime touching is involved, like he grabs the, I go, people do have, there is poison. I'm not saying it is, but it's funny to go, he has poison on his hand, and then the poison seeps through the skin, and they have
ricin strip.
Rice, is that what it is?
Yeah, ricin, yeah.
But then that's what I've watched so many movies in my life. I'm thinking about all the plot lines, but at the end of the day, like, what would that
He's an 88-year-old man. He has had health problems for the past 4 weeks. He's been in the hospital.
But they're like, oh, he was very spry at his previous masses and he was, greeting everyone. And it's like, yeah, old people are spry until they die. And then that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you seen his potential replacements? Who they are? There's a lot of. There's an African dude in there. There's,
an African Pope.
Yeah. It's happened before.
I heard
Is the Pope Catholic or Christian?
What does the
tomato
Pope even do?
Catholic and fucking Christian are so identical. I don't even know the difference.
I don't know the difference.
I think the Pope. I think they were much more.
I think it's Catholic.
They were much maybe.
They're the head of the Catholic
Where the
Church,
fuck
right?
is Tory when you need her?
They were much more obsessed with this guy because apparently he was more of a head figure. Like he really ran the ball up for he did a bunch of he was more involved than any other pope. I wish Tory was here to back up my statements, but he was more involved and more for the people or whatever. But I mean,
and you know what's crazy? That Nostradamus made a prediction, something about the Pope dying, and he'll be replaced by someone with dark skin. And one of the front runners is this African guy. And it's some weird Nostradamus prediction.
The Pope is a leader of the Roman Catholic Church, which is a major branch of Christianity. The current Pope, Pope Francis, is the 266th Pope and holds the title of Bishop of Rome.
So they hail from Italy. So they
Roman Catholic.
They're not always from Italy, though. They can be from anywhere. The Pope can be from anywhere.
But he chills in Rome.
In Vatican City, right?
Yeah.
But
which I'm going to. Let's go.
Rome. Yeah, see, the ancient Romans were trippers, bro. Well, so
he died
Catholic,
on Easter Monday.
They used to fuck boys and pray at the altar in the same mass.
Were all popes Italian? No, not all popes have been Italian, though the majority, out of 266, 217 of them were Italian. There actually was an English pope, an Argentinian pope, a French pope, a Dutch pope, and Polish popes. The rest Italian. Which kind of makes sense to me, right? Because I feel like, first of all, religion's a trippy thing, eh? Like, how is it still people so deep into it? It's crazy.
The fact that anyone cries for a dead pope, and I'm sorry, this might tug on a few people's heartstrings that are very religious, but I don't know what the Pope does. It doesn't really affect my life. But the thing is, maybe if we were devout, even if you are a devout religious person, does it affect your life? Who's the Pope? I don't know. I don't know what strings they can pull.
Who selects the Pope? I saw people saying the Rothschilds picked the Pope or some shit. Yeah, something. I don't know. I'm spouting bullshit. We need Tory. We really need Tory.
Yeah.
This is what Nostradamus said, which people forget about. In his famed book of prophecies, he wrote, "Through the death of a very old pontiff, a Roman of good age will be elected. Of him it will be said that he weakens his seat, but long will he sit and mordant activity." Nostradamus also hints at the details of the success of Pope Francis, writing, "A young man of dark skin with the help of the great king will deliver the purse of another of red colour." So, yeah, his prediction is saying that the church and religion as it stands will be weakened by this next Pope.
This fucking peanut was just drunk on the rum writing random shit, and now 100 years later, everyone's like, "Oh, that's what he meant." Like, shut up, man. Seriously.
Interesting.
No, crazy. I don't know, man. I was on for some weird reason I was on religion TikTok. You know when you watch one fucking video for 2 seconds and your whole FYP for 2 days. Yeah. So I watched someone having a spiel about religion, and then my whole FYP for 2 days after was religion. And yeah, just I don't know, man. Weird. There was a lot of debating in the comments. Very, very 50-50. There's no kind of like politics left and right. There was no one really in the middle. There was people that were like, what the fuck? How is religion even still a thing? And then there was other people literally like, bro, like, what do you mean? Like, life is religion. So crazy. I don't know. Let us know where you stand, man.
It's just the messages, man. Like, I have a friend, or more like an acquaintance, but he's like religious, right? But like, you know, he sells rack. Are you ready? He's tattooed up from his. He's tattooed up his whole back, his whole body.
They drink.
Up. He's not really that. He does steroids. And then he posted something, and like, I'm not outing anyone here, but he posted something, being like something about like, yuck, and it was like something about gays or whatever. And I was like, bro, like, why do you care? Like, I said that to him. I was like, why do you care? And I'm like, if it doesn't affect you, like, what's the like? You full post a story. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So just post like, and then he's like, man, like, it's fucked up, like, blah blah. And I'm like, man. And then I was like, I'm like, I'm not gonna get through to this guy. Like, what did he say? I was like, whatever, man. Like, you do you kind of thing. But I was like, I was gonna get roped into a mad thing. But I was literally just curious. Like, I just thought like, it's crazy nowadays. Like, it's almost like normal to be like homosexual now, right? And like anything, trans, this and that. I know it's like whatever community you want. If it doesn't, if they're not hurting anyone else, it's crazy to like go out of your way to like, you know,
Get angry about it.
but that mindset is your typical devout religious person's beliefs most of the time.
I think Christianity, it's a sin to be a homosexual.
Yeah, it is.
Like, it's a fucking, yeah.
And I got guilted into going to mass the day before I proposed to Tori. I went to but tell her dad I was going to marry her. But on the way, because I was waiting for him to get home, I went to my mum and dad's, just popped in. And then my dad and my younger sister were going to church. And because I just caught up with him, and they're like, oh, we haven't really caught up with you. Come to church with us. I was like, I'm not religious. And he goes, come to church. We haven't seen you in ages. I'm like, whatever, man. So I went to church. And it was on Good Friday. Yeah. So
You went to church?
I was in church, and what I didn't realize is like, man, when I was growing up, like especially they put on a bit more theatrics for like Christmas and Easter. And I used to like, when I say used to like I didn't used to love going to church, right? But as a kid, the most interactive kind of experience, which is kind of like off the beaten path, like not really done much, was on Easter. They used to do a proper play. So people used to do a proper live play, like you'd be in a play and it'd be the crucifixion of Jesus and whatever, that whole story. And they've resorted this year, they started playing a low budget film that was literally created within the parish. Like it was like a religious movie. So it wasn't Mel Gibson's Passions of the Christ, right?
Yeah.
It was a movie that no one had seen. And when you start adding movies, which movies we all know are fake, naturally. And I said to Monique, I was like, this music was on, and he was like, I am the body, like I am the Messiah, I am the leader. And in my head, I was like, and it was the soundtrack, the building soundtrack. And I was like, this seems more like it's making me think religion is more of a sham than I originally thought. Because when you start putting, and the priest reminded me of one of those teachers that were lazy and they just put on a movie for the class. And every now and then they'd play a scene, he'd play a 5-minute snippet, and everyone's watching this projector, right? And then he'd stop it, and then they had their praise, like, oh, man. And then I look around, I'm just looking at the people that still go, and no judgment, but I'm just looking at everyone's chanting in unison. And I think back to the 1200 BC when religion was originally used to keep track of who was fucking who, because you had to be celibate before marriage. They had to keep everyone poor enough that they would give to the church and always, you know, have some despair, which makes them reach for hope, right? Because the church back in the day was just that. At the start, it was control. When I'm talking the BC times, it was originally control, I feel anyway. But now it's like progressed, right? But they still hold on to those traditions, I think. But now I'm watching a movie, right? And this thing is, they go about 5 different times. I left kind of 3/4 of the way in because
You got out of it.
Well, Tori's dad called me because he was home, and I thought it's already sus that because I told Tori, he's like, where are you going? I was like, oh, I didn't want to tell her where I was going. So I said, listen, I feel wrong being here. I got to go. And they played a total of probably half an hour worth of film. And I was like watching this thing, and it was unbelievably graphic, but it was almost hilarious. Like the acting was bad. And I'm like, man, people are really like, this is like religion to me. If I was to follow religion, I wouldn't take it so literal. Yeah. And I can't get over the people that take it literal. I get the message behind it. I do.
I don't know. It's crazy again, but in all these
no
TikToks,
judgment.
No judgment, obviously. But all these TikToks I was watching, it's like a lot of people were saying it's like, it's like a coping mechanism, which I always did believe. It's like when you're so scared of life, it's like our little pea brains can't comprehend life. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, what your views are. We don't know shit. We don't know what we're doing here. We don't know how we got here. That is a 100% fact, right? We don't know nothing. So
your mum and dad got horny one night. Your dad busted in your mother.
And you're here. Right? But that is... if you think about it, it scares the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
So I feel like especially back in the Roman times, bro, when there's no answers to nothing, It's like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? Oh, yep, the guy with the beard died for my sins. Okay, here's fucking 10 quid for the fucking church.
Yeah.
And it's like coping, and then just, again, like you said, it progresses over the years and etc. But again, yeah, it was weird. I don't know. Yeah, that was a weird 2 days. I was on religion. I almost converted to Christianity.
Scientology. Did you see the new Harry Potter on HBO is coming out, and everyone is up in arms about the new Severus Snape, the person that's going to portray Severus Snape is a black man. And
really?
that is not the problem, right? But what's everyone saying, and I agree with this, is if you don't stick to, it's like Little Mermaid. Fair enough if she was black, right? But if the dad was black, fair enough. I think the dad was like Spanish or something. Like, it didn't even make sense.
Yeah.
The dad was like a different nationality. So I feel like now people are saying, and he's come out and said, people don't respect me because I'm black. And I'm like,
no,
it's not that. If Severus Snape in the books
was
a black man, and but in the books he had pale skin, a hooked nose, oily hair up to his shoulders. He wasn't a black dude. He could have played a good Lockhart, or he could have played a good, who else is black that's in Harry Potter? There's a few. I think there's two. There's two characters I think that I remember, but I can't remember the other guy's name. He could have played that. Not a main character though, but play that character.
Yeah.
And then everyone else, Mrs. McGonagall looks a good Mrs. McGonagall. Dumbledore, acceptable. This and that. It would have been the same if it was an Asian guy. Race has nothing to do with it, but it does in terms of if it's not the same race as the books, you either got to switch it up fully. Don't just switch one character. So if you're doing a prequel and it's not involving the characters and you want to have a black dude, this guy, whatever. But if it's the same character, but you're trying to portray it differently, I just can't get into it. I don't know if I'll even watch it.
Nah, see, this is what we spoke about a couple episodes ago. Now it's at the point now where they're just trying to be, what's the word we said? They're trying to be inclusive now for no reason. It doesn't make any fucking sense. It's fucking stupid. It's got nothing to do with race. And if you actually think it's about race, your brain capacity must be that small. Like,
people have been saying Professor Snape practicing the dark arts too much.
I think it's a reimagining of the same story, but just in show format, which is strange to change. So they're changing all these characters, but they're doing the same story.
So wait, it's not a TV series.
It's a TV series, but it's the same, covering the same time period, the same story, just with new characters. It's a reimagined. I think it's got Harry, it's got Ron.
That's going to be horrible.
Oh yeah, it has to be because
it's the same story. So they're
because
just
they've grown up in the story now.
They're retelling the same story just in a show version.
That's going to be horrid.
Yeah. So that's what people say.
But would you watch? It's kind of like seeing a car crash. You don't want to see it, but you're like,
nah. So for me, unfortunately, out of the big three, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter's always been the lowest rated for me. It's cool. The books were better, but I rewatch them again now that the last time I watched them when I was older, me and Chloe watched all of them in a row was maybe during COVID 4 years ago. And the first like 4 or 5, I was like, wow, I didn't realize how kid orientated this shit is, because when I was watching it, I was a fucking kid. But now that I'm older, I'm like, yeah, this is kind of lame. Yeah. Still cool though. But out of the big 3, it's rated my least favorite. Definitely,
the later movies are much better.
Yeah. When it gets a bit,
because it went from being kid friendly to like people die.
Yeah. But not even that. Like when I look at Lord Voldemort as a bad guy, he was a pussy. This guy didn't kill anyone, didn't take over nothing. But in Star Wars, the Emperor was slaughtering people, took over the galaxy for 30 years. Sauron was fucking killing people. This motherfucker couldn't even kill a high schooler.
He did kill people, but there wasn't much.
They don't show it. Like,
not show it, but rarely show it. And when he does kill people, it's never on an extreme scale. It's like, and it's like a random person.
My favorite one of the Harry Potter is the
Goblet of Fire was sick.
Yes. That's the one where when Harry and Voldemort are fighting in that other realm, that's cool. That's a good movie.
When Professor Snape now in the new one, when Dumbledore goes, all this time, and now he'll be like, always, mate. The fuck. What you mean, motherfucker? Always. Anyway, that's. How long did it take? It took me this long for a slip up. So
I'm gonna end us right with one more fact. Did you guys know how the teddy bear was invented?
The what?
The teddy bear.
Oh,
do you guys know the teddy bear was invented?
No.
This is a really cool fucking fact. This blew my mind when I read this. I don't know how I did not know this. The teddy bear was born from a combination of a political cartoon and a creative shop owner. In 1902, so before both world wars, a political cartoon depicting President Theodore Roosevelt refusing to shoot a tethered bear. This actually happened. He didn't shoot this bear, right? Because he was out hunting, whatever. The bear was tethered for whatever fucking reason. He refused to shoot it.
What do you mean tethered?
So it was like tied.
Okay.
So someone had caught this bear, probably for the president. Here, president, get a cool kill, and he's gone. No, it's not the art of hunting. Right? Hunting is it's in the wild. This is a captive animal, right? Roosevelt refusing to shoot a tethered bear sparked the idea for a stuffed toy. Morrison Mitchtom, a Brooklyn candy shop owner, saw the cartoon with his wife, Rose, and created a stuffed bear, which they named Teddy's Bear, because his name was Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh.
Teddy's Bear, after the president. After gaining the president's permission to use his name, they mass-produced the toys The Teddy Bear, and it became a global phenomenon.
Wow, I didn't know that either. Wow.
Holy shit.
Super cool fact that I somehow stumbled upon. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Because he spared one bear.
Yep.
What a good bloke. What a
Interesting.
stand-up guy.
Now, again, it says it was a political cartoon, so it could have been, was he a Republican, Roosevelt, or was he
He's a Republican.
He was a Republican, so he was on the right wing. So political cartoon, I don't know if it was maybe the left wing releasing a cartoon drawing of him for whatever reason, or if it was the right doing it for propaganda. Look at me, I'm a cool president, I don't shoot.
He was a good president. He was a liked president.
Yeah, he served 2 consecutive in a row.
Oh,
Pretty sure.
nice.
Yeah, 2 consecutive terms. So yeah, that's how the teddy bear was fucking created, man. The teddy bear.
Beautiful.
And I guess that will do us, huh?
Yeah, man. That's episode 154. Damn, we're fucking powering through these, man.
One more before you leave, man. One
Yes.
Let's go.
We're going to see Thunder God one more time next week. I'm sure that'll be a good one. I'm
Yeah,
sure you
for
have
sure.
a couple whiskeys. You might have to get Tori to fucking drop you off for that one.
Maybe, yeah.
Because you got these guys going to be drinking schooners of whiskey. So
Yeah.
fucking... Guys, as always, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. And we'll catch you guys on the next one.